I came to Vista Outdoor by way of ATK. Our current CEO at the time came and said, we're going to create this new sporting goods outdoor recreation company. Would you like to be part of it? So that happened in February of 2015. And I was able to move back to Salt Lake City and create a global headquarters for an outdoor sports and recreation company. It's a unique environment, especially for me. So I'm a member of the CEO's leadership team. I'm the only woman, but I don't feel like the only woman. It's a collaborative team. We work very well together. I feel like I can bring a lot of my perspectives to the table, and I feel a special role here in the company in helping other women succeed and feel empowered. I think that's probably one of my favorite roles, is working with other individuals as they try to develop and enhance their careers. I appreciate the collaborative work environment at the Chamber. It's a very open forum where a lot of ideas can be shared and checked and pressure tested. If you can express your expectations, that then there's not a lot of disappointment, people not knowing where you stand or where you're coming from, and to just be decisive, right? That you may not have 100% of the information and it may not be the perfect answer, but if you can get 80% there, it's better to move forward and to get things done. I think that with all of these opportunities that I've been given and the leaders that I've worked with, I feel a great sense of responsibility to pay that forward and to support others in their professional endeavors and their personal endeavors. And I think that when you are encouraging people to speak up and be bold and be brave, we should do it with thought. We should do it with a lot of care. If people want to make a difference, we have to do it in a respectful, collaborative way, a thoughtful way, with an eye on generating some sort of result or value. I have a niece who I talk to a lot about what do you want to be when you grow up and how do you want to make a difference, and yes, you can. Women in my neighborhood or friends of my sons, it's always great to talk about their dreams and where they want to go and at least give encouragement and listen. I'm honored and extremely humbled. I was really surprised when I learned of the award. I've been going to the luncheon for years and celebrating so many peers and women in our community. It's really a fabulous honor, and to be included with such a strong group of women who I have just the greatest respect for and firsthand knowledge of their work and their contributions. It's just really amazing to be included with this cohort, and I'm very grateful for that.
Well, I'm a caterer, everyone knows that, event planner. I've been doing this for about 34 years now, a long time of my life. It's kind of become my life work. My family has been involved from the beginning. In fact, I started Culinary Crafts to keep my children with me, so I wouldn't have to put them in daycare. And now they're still with me. It's great to come to work every day and see them and have them part of my life. I started with pretty low aspirations, began to sell bread and cookies around my neighborhood, pulling a little red wagon with my 2 boys inside of it. And I've always said, if you ever are in money trouble, just take a little red wagon, put 2 kids in it, walk around the neighborhood, anybody will buy anything from you. Well, being involved in Salt Lake City meant that I need to jump in with both feet. So we joined the Chamber of Commerce. I remember hosting many events for them at Red Butte Gardens, with the Women's Business Center, different things like that. And I've been so impressed with the Women's Business Center, which has been housed at the Chamber, and the great work that they're doing. That's kind of what I think I want to do in my next life, is help women be empowered to be entrepreneurs and to let go of fear and to really realize what they can do. I think any woman who blazed a trail, who started her own company from scratch, I had $150 in my pocket, it would have been much easier to put my kids in daycare and to go to work for someone else. But I had to blaze that trail. I knew what was important to me. I've always been bold. I've never been afraid to say my mind. I think that's why I sit on 8 boards right now, because they know that I'm not just going to sit back and let things happen. Say my piece, brave and bold, always. I was so honored when Jackie showed up with this award, so unexpected, because for me it represents how I've loved to live my life, to find my own path, to blaze the way, be bold. Every woman has this within them. I'm not special. I'm not any more talented than anyone in this room or anyone in this state, but I had the courage to do it. But no bird flies without flapping his wings first. So it's, ladies, time to start flapping. walked a path in my life that I don't wish for many women. And I've learned many things from the School of Hard Knocks. If I can do anything to help some women shortcut that and give them the support they need, I would love it. Salt Lake Chamber, thank you. Thank you for believing in a little business that started in Utah County but made Salt Lake its home. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for this award. It truly means the world to me.
Saffron Valley started in 2011, and at the time I was working at the Salt Lake Chamber and decided that I wanted to follow my passion. After helping so many women and men start businesses, I wanted to do something that I was passionate about, and it took me about 3 years to find out what that passion really is. And when I dialed in, it was food, and I started a line of spice blends, which we carry till date. What I do today is a combination of my passion for Indian food, which is what I know best and I want to bring forth to people of Utah, combining that with my love for entrepreneurship as well as my love for marketing and branding is where all these three things culminate to create Saffron Valley brand. Every day what I do in my work helps me find out more about myself, and it's really a personal journey as well as finding out the purpose of my life. People are so forgiving and so willing to kind of support you through that journey of progress, not perfection. And that's what makes all this so much more meaningful for us. Every person has a masculine and a feminine side. Brave and bold are attributes that you associate with the masculine side of you. But I believe that you can embrace your feminine side and yet be brave and bold. Well, I am very, very grateful for the Salt Lake Chamber, the opportunities that I got, and the leadership at the Salt Lake Chamber, Lane Beatty, Natalie Gochner, Heidi Walker, Jackie Sexton, and my first boss, Nancy Mitchell. If not for them who believed in me and gave me the opportunity when I was first starting my career here in the US, I wouldn't be speaking to you today. So I'm really grateful for the support that the Chamber has given me over the years. I feel honored and truly humbled to be receiving this award. It's just amazing to receive recognition for the work that you love doing anyways. The Athena and the Pathfinder was such a prestigious award in the state as well as across the nation. So it's been about 17 years since I first associated with the Salt Lake Chamber. So it feels like a full circle to be here and receiving this award where I was actually working behind the scenes and helping facilitate these awards about 10 years ago. So thank you.
I'm Zions Bank's Senior Vice President of Communications. I've been with the bank for 16 years. I'm involved in internal and external communications. That means employee communications as well as external messaging, press releases, publicizing the bank's great community activities, and sharing the great story of this excellent company that's been in business for more than 140 years. I really enjoy getting involved in the community and rolling up my sleeves and finding ways I can make a difference. It's amazing the people you meet when you take time to serve on a board. I really enjoy my service on the Utah Arts Council board. It's been fascinating to learn more about the nonprofit and arts organizations throughout the state. I also serve on the board of KRCL Radio, listener-supported radio on 90.9 FM, and that's been a real pleasure to be involved, and not just as a fan of that radio station as a listener, but also just to kind of see some of the behind the scenes activities they're doing. What the Chamber is doing with Women's Leadership Institute, Pat Jones's project of encouraging businesses throughout the state to help elevate the status of women. I've been involved in that on Zions Bank's end, and I'm just so proud of what Zions Bank does with the Women's Leadership Institute and what that organization is doing to spread the advancement of women across the state. My advice is to take the time to get to know the women around you in your professional setting and make sure that you're doing small things to notice them, to recognize them, and to help them as they progress in their own careers. I always felt like my grandma was a trailblazer. She was a professional woman and she really inspired me. Pathfinder is hopefully kind of a continuation of her legacy and just the ability to help women move forward and propel toward the future and to realize their dreams. I just feel really honored to be among such fabulous women who are leading the state and leading their businesses and their industries, and of course it's very humbling to me, and I'm very honored. I think it's great for women to be bold. We need to get out there, we need to share our opinion, we need to share our political views, and to do so, we really do have to be bold. I just want to thank the Salt Lake Chamber for hosting the Women in Business Conference and the Athena Luncheon. It makes such a difference in the lives of local women, local professionals, and thanks.
Well, I was hired in 2007 by then Mayor Rocky Anderson to really come and be executive director for the Salt Lake City Department of Airports. And at that time, we mobilized and began planning for this exact construction project. And it took us about 3 to 4 years to really get mobilized, get the airlines on board, and to start construction in 2014. It is a fascinating business. It operates on so many different levels, and it's very dynamic. And I think once you're working within the aviation or the airport industry, it's very hard to work somewhere else. There's just that much excitement and creativity and innovation that's going on. I think the greatest impact that I've been fortunate enough to bring to Utah is an entirely new airport facility. There are lots of moving parts to really delivering a project of this magnitude. It's a $3.1 billion construction program over almost 10 years until final completion in 2024. And to really coordinate all of those moving parts and get many stakeholders and players on the same page is a huge effort. I think one thing that a leader needs to have in their toolkit is fearlessness. And sometimes that ability to be fearless does not come easy to people. People will hang back, they'll wait, but you really do have to have some element of fearlessness to move forward and to be a true leader. And that, I think, demonstrates how you can be brave and bold, but that comes with being fearless. I have to tell you, I was shocked. It's such an honor, and it's to be thought of and remembered and singled out for such a prestigious honor. Really very, very rewarding. To the Salt Lake Chamber, thank you very much for this award. It's so prestigious. I'm honored to be a participant this year in the Pathfinder Award program, and certainly thank you again to all the constituents, the staff at the airport, all the people who have really contributed to the success of Salt Lake City International. Nobody ever does something like this alone. It does take a village, and it takes a lot of people to create success.
I am the Director of Tourism, Film, and Global Branding for the state of Utah. I feel so privileged to do it. Tourism is a huge business in Utah. $8.4 billion in spending last year by tourists. When I came into this role, it was not taken very seriously as a part of the Utah economy. The Chamber has helped to close that gap. People now understand, partly because of the Chamber's advocacy and promotion of tourism, that tourism is a huge industry, and it's also a welcome mat for other economic development. In 1989, I actually ran the Olympics referendum campaign. And the call to action there was to persuade Utahns that we should spend $59 million to build bobsled run and ice skating oval and so forth so that we could be positioned as the Olympic candidate for the United States. And all those things came together over many years where we were able to host the 2002 Winter Olympics. I think the Olympics taught us that we can do whatever we set our minds to. We're all doing little brave things all the time. Maybe it's just a tactical thing that we've done, but a lot of little brave moments add up into a potentially bold, big contribution. I've been so privileged to work with strong women throughout the community. I think we all need to chase our own passion. I think we all need to find what fills us the most. And then within that, what differentiating offering we have. What can we uniquely add to something that we care deeply about? And then just go after it in a really big way. The Pathfinder Award intends to affirm that I'm finding a true path and helping others to do it. Then I so welcome that, because that's what I aspire to do every day. Yeah, so it's interesting because we all take different paths to excellence. That's the beauty of it. Thank you, Salt Lake Chamber. Thank you for the many years of great partnership. And thank you in advance for all the additional good that I know we can do together to build business and to build the Utah economy.